BBC Sounds. Music, radio, podcasts.
Series 5 of Match of the Day Top 10. You know the drill by now. You might hear a bit of bad language every now and then. The good news is we've now got a swear jar, which means Alan Shearer might be able to fund a night out with Micah by the end of the series. Thanks for listening.
The shocks, the surprises, the Davids slaying the Goliaths. This time on Match of the Day Top 10, in the company of Micah and Alan. It's the biggest upsets in Premier League history. Micah, Alan, this is a slightly curious subject in many ways because by its very nature, the Premier League is a league and all the teams should be of a similar level. So upsets, I think more along the lines of FA Cup ones, but we're not including. This is Premier League podcast, Premier League Top 10, and we'll talk about the various games that we consider upsets along the way. But in terms of real proper upsets, it's normally like a non-league club beating a Premier League club or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. This is probably one of the difficult ones to do, to be fair, but you know, we don't make the lists, we just do the list. So do as we're told. And there's some good ones in there, though, actually. There's some good ones in there.
Did you always do as you're told?
Depends who's telling me.
Never.
Yeah. So what was the biggest upset you were ever involved with, Alan?
Biggest upset?
Yeah.
Well, I started at Southampton, but that's not Premier League, so we can't put that in there.
No, I'm talking about just in general. It doesn't have to be Premier League for our personal histories.
The one that probably springs to mind was we got battered off Man United in the Charity Shield, Newcastle, 4-0, and then.
How were you in the Charity Shield? When you lost the cup final.
Well, Newcastle when I went with.
They won the double. Yeah,
correct. That's the only way Newcastle would get there. You know that. He knows exactly what he's playing at. He knows exactly. So then a couple of months later, we beat them at home 5. I mean, was that an upset? Newcastle beating Man United? Probably not. But in terms of scoring 5 against
ever involved in it like
Man
a
United.
Huge upset with England or lower league team? No.
Not
you, Micah?
There's a couple, actually. Wigan, do you remember the FA Cup under Martin?
The FA Cup final?
FA Cup final.
Yeah.
What was that like being part of?
I wasn't. I think I was on the bench. I was coming back from injury.
It wouldn't have happened if he was playing.
Exactly.
In other words, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, well, basically, in 2011 when we won it,
You'd have headed
shock
that one
I was
clear.
playing.
You'd have headed that one clear.
Exactly.
For sure.
Easy. That was my role as well there when I headed it away. There was the Croatia. Remember England when we didn't qualify for the World Cup? That was tough. That was a big upset. We only needed a draw. Yeah. That was difficult. No, it was Carson.
Oh, yeah.
So did I tell you a story about Carson? So I was on X amount of, and if we would have qualified for that, my wages went up by £1 million a year.
Hang on a minute. So the club's giving you a bonus, £1 million bonus. It doesn't really matter about the amount, although that's a hell of a lot of dough. For your country playing in, it was the Euros, wasn't it? It was the Euros, yeah.
It was so many appearances, and then because don't forget, Man City weren't what they are today. So you got superstars now. Because I think it was me and Sean Wright Phillips who was leading.
So it would reflect well on the club if they got international players.
Exactly that.
Things have changed.
So I know, yeah. And then, so every time I see Scott, it was an extra 20.
We're the ones that score the goals.
20 grand a week. I was getting more on top. It was
£1 million bonus. I never had a goal scoring bonus.
Did you not?
No, you were getting £1 million to play for England.
You never had a goal scoring bonus.
Not really.
But you shot from everywhere.
That was my job. Is it not your job?
I agree with you, but I never had a goal scoring bonus either.
Did you not?
No.
Well, so yeah.
About your bonus. We've got drilling going on. I'm sure people will get used to it. If they can hear it in the background, that's what it is. Because it's going to go on all day.
We're not going to stop.
Right outside. Anyway, so yeah, obviously we didn't qualify for the Euros. I got binned by Capello. And that was the start.
You never got your £1 million. So what did you say to Scott Carson at the end of the game?
Honest to God, who's in the changing room? And I didn't say a word to him, but I'm just looking at him across like oh, you've just cost me £1 million. And now he's at Man City, isn't
Jesus.
it? He's at Man City as well now.
Oh, yeah.
So every time I go there, I've just...
Have you mentioned
I'm
it
not
to him
mentioning
ever?
it to him. This is the first time
now,
he's hearing it. And it's no joke, honestly. It was in there. I'll even try and get you the contract so you can see it.
So, we are not dreaming, by the way. This is actually happening.
No.
We're meant to be talking about the biggest Premier League upset. Now I'm talking about the biggest bonus upset ever.
I was devastated. It's too good.
Anyway,
Fantastic.
I don't think I don't know where we go from that, but I'll tell you where we go. We'll go to our list of top 10 Premier League upsets, as always, in no particular order. Watford beating Liverpool 3-0 in 2020 to end the Reds' hopes of going through the season unbeaten. In 2009, Burnley beating Manchester United in their first ever season in the Premier League. Leicester's stunning comeback to beat Manchester United 5-3 in 2014. The final day of the season in May 2000, which saw Bradford stun Liverpool to survive. I think we've talked about that one in Great Survival. There's Norwich beating Manchester City 3-2 at Carrow Road in 2019. Another 3-2 defeat for City to Crystal Palace in 2018. Liverpool losing to bottom of the table Barnsley in November 1997. The infamous night at Selhurst Park in May 2014 when Liverpool let a 3-goal lead slip against Crystal Palace to blow their title chances. Southampton beating Manchester United back in 1996. Remember that? Known as the Grey Shirts game. And still one of the most remarkable scorelines in Premier League history. Manchester United 8, Arsenal 2. Right. You've got a list there to have a little think about. Micah, give me your 10 to 6.
This is tough, isn't it?
Well, it's what you call him.
I've gone for Norwich, Man City, the 3-2.
Norwich, Man City.
Then I've gone for Leicester, Man United, 5-3.
Oh,
I know, yeah. I'm expecting Leicester now.
Fair enough.
They're a good club, no?
You've just bailed yourself out of that one. Go on.
Liverpool, Barnsley. That's down at number 8. That's 1-0. Burnley, Man U, 1-0.
Yep.
And then the Palace, Liverpool, 3-3.
Yes.
It would have been a little bit higher, but we'll go into that a little bit later.
Alan, 10-6.
10-6, I've gone Liverpool, Barnsley.
Barnsley.
10.
Yep.
In 9, I've gone Burnley, Man United.
Burnley. Yep.
In 8, I've gone Man United, Arsenal, 8-2.
Arsenal. Yep.
In 7, Man City 2, Palace 3. And in 6, I've gone Leicester 5, Man United 3.
5. Okay. You've both got Liverpool, Barnsley in there. You've got that as low as 10, haven't you?
Yeah.
Your memories of that game?
Not a great deal, to be honest, no. Ashley Ward scoring. It wasn't as if it was late on in the season. It was dramatic. I know they'd had a tough start to that season. So that's why I had it in 10th.
You're quite low with that one as well. 8.
Yeah, Barnsley. Was that them to stay up though, I think? To stay up. And Liverpool missed out on Champions League, I think it was. So it would have been higher, but I don't remember the game too vividly, if I'm being totally honest. So that's why it's down at number 8 for me.
All right. Well, we're glad to see you've all done your homework. We know that's not why we're not. That's not why we're here. We're here to have a little bit of fun, and obviously you'll have your own ideas at home or wherever you're listening to this podcast, and feel free to air them and disagree as ever, as you always do, obviously. Right, then we go. Who else have we got in there? We've got Norwich against Manchester City. You've got that at 10, Micah, and Alan, that looks like that's in your top 5. Yeah. So why have you got it as low as that?
Because it was
Because Man City lost.
Well, yeah, a little bit of bias there, let's say. But
I remember analysing that game on Match of the Day, and some of the play from Norwich that game, where the way they were passing it out from the back was unbelievable. I remember doing it and thinking they were taking so many chances, as they always do, and it was just one of those games that sort of worked for them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised you got it that low because I'm not because it's Manchester City, but not. On that game, everyone thought Norwich were going to be fine.
Yeah,
weren't they?
that's right.
And
They weren't.
And they weren't. It went.
And they're back in the Premier League again and making the same mistakes.
Yeah.
But
that season.
What should Norwich do though? We talk about making the same mistakes.
Yeah.
What can they do differently?
I get how managers want to play, but I also think, well, are they asking players to do something they can't do? And quite clearly, at times, I look at Norwich and think, you're making exactly the same mistakes as that you did the last time you were in the Premier League. And I just think, well, why?
The only thing I would say, though, towards Norwich is obviously because they sold one or two of their best players in coming up, and they've not spent like they did last time. They might be a bit of a yo-yo club. West Brom did it for a while, didn't they? Similar kind of thing. But if you look at clubs in turmoil at the moment, like Derby County, for example, that we've seen very recently, perhaps that's a sensible approach. No?
It's difficult.
It's difficult because it's what the
you
fans
want to be up there.
But it's very easy, I suppose, for a football supporter. You want your team to do well. Everyone's waiting on the transfer window. They're not spending enough money and they're not paying enough wages to the players. But then if it all implodes like it has at Derby, and like even at somewhere like Barcelona, for crying out loud, we've seen it, haven't we? So, they have to be relatively sensible, surely. Playing devil's advocate here, but I also do think long term that strategy may pay off. No?
In terms of the financial structure for that or a particular football club, I get that, and I think at times it can be crazy to gamble on something. They might look at the bigger picture, but I also think they had their time in the Premier League, and I understand how the manager wants to play, but I also sometimes think some of these players can't play that way because they clearly making mistakes week after week, same mistakes.
Burnley, Man United, you got them similar positions, 9 and 7.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was Burnley's first home game in the Premier League.
I think you're absolutely right.
Robbie Blake scoring that goal as well. I mean,
a few goals.
That's why I had it sort of in number 9, because it was. You can imagine first home game atmosphere would be very good. Man United going and make it very difficult for them, as we know. That's what Burnley always do, and that's why it was sort of number 9 on my. It was a great result, obviously, but not sure it was a.
Not a massive upset, was it?
Well, none of them are.
Yeah, some more than others.
So why have I got biggest Premier League upsets here then?
Because they're slightly bigger than all the other games that we can possibly think of in the history of the Premier League. You may realise we sometimes don't take this that seriously, but we do, we do. And on some subjects are less serious than others. Okay, who else we got in? Leicester, Manchester United, you've both got in the lower 5. I think that's a reflection, obviously, of the incredible stature of the Leicester City these days.
No, but Leicester, honestly, they were
Premier League winners, FA Cup winners.
That took, 6 minutes? Something like that, was it?
No, but what does it feel like to be part of Leicester now? Because I know you're going to watch them now. They're in Europe and
it's great.
Winning the FA Cup and then winning the league.
It's actually just can't still find it difficult to get my head around it. I've talked on here before about what it meant when Leicester won the league, and it was just a miracle. Even now, I look, how did that happen? It's like, say, a club that just avoided relegation. Let's say Brighton. Brighton have just avoided relegation last season, didn't they? They were close to it, and now they've had a really fast start to the season. That's sort of what happened with Leicester. But you know that Brighton will fall away, as I knew then that Leicester would fall away. But it didn't happen, and it just kept going. And it kept going.
Quality players, though, didn't you?
Yeah, but even at the time, the season before, they avoided relegation by winning, which was a sign, I suppose, winning 7 of the last 9 games to just stay up. So that was a sign of obviously what things that were to come, and then we started to realise how good Kante was, how good Mahrez was, how good Vardy was, and
Drinkwater was good in that season.
Yeah.
Played with Kante, but he was good.
Yeah, so sad.
And that incredible,
It was you played a big part of their season without realising it, because I think all the players wanted to see you in your underpants in the match.
I can't imagine a single player that would ever watch me in my
We
underwear.
certainly didn't.
And then
that's
even
for
this
sure.
year's win the FA Cup. you know, it was. They'd never won it. Lost 4 times in the final. I went to the last one myself in '69. And then they won it, and it was that incredible goal.
I got binned for the final, didn't I? Who was on? Was it Righty?
Righty
was it Righty? Yeah, he's a main man. Okay.
His first team for the final.
Okay, yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind rotation.
But you're young.
Yeah,
you know,
I've got time.
You got bags of time. You've got bags of time. Although, well, I don't know. I don't know if you. Yeah, so we've got.
When I watched that game back, that Leicester Man United game, I think that Man United were winning 2 or 3-1, and then the atmosphere was like, it was unbelievable. I could hear the excitement and the commentator's voice, and then they get away and another one. And it was like, goodness.
That was probably the first, not the first, but it was the time when people started to go, this Vardy's a bit of a handful, wasn't it?
And I think probably much like Leicester as a team, they weren't expecting Vardy to do what he's done in terms of keep on going and goals. Oh, he got 20 odd. Will he be able to do it? And he has done, hasn't he? He's been unbelievable.
Did he not score against Liverpool?
Really fantastic.
Was it not that half volley against Liverpool that he scored when they won the league?
The volley.
Oh,
the
that
volley.
Was, when it volley. When he did that, I started to believe.
Me too.
When he did that, it was at Anfield, wasn't it?
No, it was at.
Was it
at King Power. No, it was at the King Power, but it was.
When he did that against them, I was like, they could win it.
I think it was around that period, and they also won at City on a Saturday lunchtime, 3-1.
Yeah,
Robert Huth
played well.
Yeah, we keep going back to Leicester. It's lovely. Going back to that title win. I'll tell you what surprises me here, Micah. You've got Crystal Palace, Liverpool.
Yes.
I know it was a draw, and I know it was. Palace were at home, but it was. I suppose it was such a huge shock, the fact that there was 3-0 up Liverpool, and it cost. It really did cost.
It was a week before, wasn't it? With the loss to Chelsea, if I remember correctly. So, I think
the damage was already done.
Yes, exactly that. And I think City won the league by 2 points. So even if they would have beat Palace, City had a better goal difference, so it wouldn't have made a massive.
No.
Chelsea was the one. That was the real.
The slip.
Yeah,
the fourth.
If anyone was going to win it, though, Steven Gerrard, I wanted him to win it because he's just...
Me too.
He's top level. You know, when you get these players and they say, oh, put your trophies on the table, I'm like, you weren't even that good. And then it was him who was top of the line, who didn't win the Premier League, so...
Suarez was in tears that night, wasn't he, that night? I can remember...
blocking the camera, wasn't they?
Gerrard going over to block the camera to try and console him, and he wouldn't take his head out of his top because he was crying. You could see that. Probably so you should be being 3-0 up there.
Devastating.
Indeed. Give us your top 5. Alan, you go first.
My top 5 was Norwich 3, City 2, Watford 3, Liverpool 0, Palace 3, Liverpool 3, Southampton 3-1, Man United, and Bradford beating Liverpool 1-0.
Was that from the Great Escape?
Micah?
Man City, Palace, number 5. Bradford, Liverpool, number 4. Southampton, Man U, number 3. Watford, Liverpool, number 2.
It's a long while to wipe these down. What's 2?
That's 2. Watford, Liverpool.
Yep.
And number 1 was Man United, Arsenal, the 8-2.
Mikey, you had Manchester City, Palace in your top 5. Alan, you didn't. That was the Andros Townsend goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was sublime, wasn't it? It really was. I think Man City was on a good run. It was at the Etihad as well, which, when you go there, once they start playing that football, it's sometimes impossible to play there. So when they won 3-2 and that goal, it had to be a wonder goal to get the win there. It did, it really did. But no, they deserve it. So that's why it's quite high up. But yeah, it's only midway for me.
That's what I remember about that game. So everyone should really, that volley, because it was spectacular.
One of those moments I remember. Were you doing much today that week? Yeah, I remember everyone in the office. Every now and again, everyone leaps up. Yeah. Not there's that many of us, but there's half a dozen of you just leaping up, going, "Wow!"
bonkers, yeah.
Yeah, one of those great moments.
How hard is it to hit one of them technique-wise?
No
Because you
idea.
lot's got...
What are you asking him for?
Absolutely
What are you asking him for?
I only scored one goal from outside the box in my
Did you win just one goal?
One. Well, I think my second goal for Barca was just outside the box, but it was on the edge and in the bottom corner. But you know, one of those top corner
Yes.
was at Old Trafford for Leicester when we won one. No, for Tottenham, sorry, when we won 1-0, and it was. I just went bonkers. I just went running off, and no one could catch me. It was just like I've done it after only. Normally, I wouldn't even try and shoot.
Why is that, though?
Have you not seen his skinny little legs?
Well,
All right, thunder thighs. You two, Christ almighty.
He couldn't reach from outside the box. Deadly inside it.
I always figured if I had the ball 25 yards out, there's a much better chance by giving it out wide
and it
getting
gets
the
it
box.
in there.
Yeah, generally.
It was good to be able to do both, though, Micah.
Yeah, yeah.
So who was a better player out of you two, though? We've never actually
better
discussed.
player.
We've not actually discussed
No,
this, have we?
he was a better player than me.
He was a better player.
I think he's a better footballer.
It's
than me,
difficult, you know. Goals. It's
Yeah. I'm just being generous here.
Really?
No, I mean, no, I generally,
Polite.
no, I said this when he was a player. I don't. He probably heard me when I was doing a bit of punditry at times. It's all-round game. I think he's big, sold it up, it's good, and all that, and he could smash it from 30 yards. I could never score goals, so he had a bigger repertoire of goals. I'd score more box goals over the period because that was
more movement and anticipation.
Yeah, and my pace. I was quick.
Yeah.
I was rapid.
How quick we're talking compared to who now?
Body quick.
That quick?
Yeah, I was rapid. I did a thing for TV when I was about 17, 18, I can't remember what, some local channel where and I did have a following wind, I'd say, but I did like Olympic qualifying time.
No way.
Yeah, on a proper track with spikes and everything, yeah. So I was serious. That was my greatest strength, my, quickness and...
Touch? Did you have a touch?
It was all right.
All right.
It got
been
better.
very polite.
It got
He's been
better.
very polite.
No, it got better, but it wasn't. It was, I'd never dribble past anyone. That wasn't your game
By the
either,
way,
was it?
no, it wasn't. No, he's trying to make us feel very old here.
I'm just saying. I'm just asking a question. That's what
I
I'm
know
doing.
you are, but he's trying to make us feel old here.
Well, he's
What were you
succeeding.
like?
He's
What, have you not
succeeding.
seen videos of him?
Black and white one.
Videos, honestly. You watch a video, guy, Lineker, back in the days, you can barely see the pictures.
Play well together.
I knew you was a great player, but there's no evidence, you know what I mean? It's just...
The archives.
It didn't exist. Football didn't exist back then. Can I just say one thing about that,
of
Michael?
course you can.
Just one thing.
Yes.
Oh dear. Oh, back to upsets, please.
Where were we?
No, we were at Alan's brilliance, but you could score. You did score some.
Yeah, I
absolute
didn't mind
bangers.
the old,
But he could hit
the old
it
head down
from
and
the-
hit it from outside the box. I didn't mind taking free kicks and what either.
So when he's hitting a volley, though, are you aiming for someone, or are you just aiming for the goal?
aim for the goal.
So all the people who said I was aiming for this and that, are lying.
Postage stamp.
Yeah.
Just aim for the
Unless you're
goal.
Messi, I think that's probably
Yes,
true.
yeah.
That's most people.
Aim for the goal. That's it.
Okay.
Right, where the hell were we?
Wait,
Oh, it was all from that Townsend goal,
Yes,
wasn't it?
it was.
That's right. Watford-Liverpool. 3-0 to Watford, big win. And also, it was, of course, the first defeat of Liverpool's that season. They looked like they might have a chance of doing the invincible thing.
Yeah, I remember Deeney as well. He was always talking up, and I think he scored in that game as well. So when you see the game, Watford did all right, but they didn't score the goals till the second half.
Does that not count then?
No, but I mean, it's like Liverpool probably battled him in the first half, if being totally honest, but they got the 3-0 win. And that's all. Then I think Troy Deeney had an interview afterwards, and you just see the smile. He's always a bit smug, Deeney, isn't he? He gives a great interview,
think he
doesn't he?
means it, though? Do you
Yeah, he's got that presence,
Yeah,
doesn't he? And he's a real character.
I think that Liverpool defence with Van Dijk in it, you never saw them have the run around too many times, did you? You never, very rarely happened that afternoon.
Wouldn't have been expected in that one, is it? Either,
Not at all, no. Sarr with his couple and Deeney, if I remember rightly, sort of beat them up that afternoon. Yeah. He was very, very physical at his physical best, and that was a bit of a surprise, yeah.
Yep. Southampton, Manchester United, the infamous Fergie's excuse, wasn't it? After
Sure.
didn't he said they had the
was
grey. We're
it.
not wearing the grey kit again. The players couldn't see each other.
Yes, I remember that.
Is that even allowed? Unless you're.
That's definitely not allowed. Come on, I
think-
can't remember anyone
Yeah.
else doing this.
Can you ever remember that
I
happening?
don't ever remember it happening. But I would like to know who the person was who went into the dressing room and had the balls to say, I can't pick someone out because of the colour of the shirt. Can you imagine Fergie's reaction? You!
But then he's obviously believed them. It
Someone
couldn't
was-
have been him on the side. So maybe he couldn't see himself from
Maybe.
sitting on the side.
But he'd earned that right to do what he
But
wants.
lots of teams have played in grey since and seem to have done all right.
It's fine.
on
It was
occasion.
an excuse, wasn't
Yeah.
it? And he could do what he
wasn't
wants.
They won the second half 1-0 Man United, so it worked for them.
Yeah. But what about the numbers as well? Ronaldo. Apparently he wasn't allowed to get the number 7 shirt.
Well, I think it has to be agreed by certain people, and that means if Ronaldo agrees.
Boy, that is just nonsense.
Do you think-
anyone else in the Premier League? If Burnley tried to do that, Chris Wood wants the big number 8 shirt.
With all due respect, Chris Wood ain't Ronaldo, is he? I mean, he's
But
a
it
good
doesn't-
player, Chris Wood.
That's my whole point. Rules are rules. Why is it one rules for when you register from start? Because he said you can't change your
Yeah,
number.
but he's CR7.
Yeah, but
He has to be. He has to
but-
be CR.
but- No,
but it's
Can't be
ridiculous.
CR7, but 23 this season. I mean, it just doesn't
What
work.
about the story? Was it Inter Milan when someone wanted the 9 and they couldn't get the 9, so they had 99? I remember that as
99.
well.
Yeah, there was one of those. Things that don't really matter in life,
I
really.
know,
the number
yeah,
you
but
wear
how
on
has
the
it
back of your
happened?
shirt. But
It's one rule for one and one rule for
did
another.
you always want
Yeah, number 9.
number 9?
I always
yeah.
wanted, yeah.
You always want. See, I never liked number 9.
Well, you
I wore it
wanted,
for a few
10.
games at Leicester. I wore all sorts of numbers early in my career, like you kind of do. And I was given 9 in a few games, and I used it as an excuse, like grey shirts, because I didn't score. And then I went back to 8, and I played 8 for ages. Then I went to Barcelona, and Schuster. The first season at Barcelona I wore 8. I'd wore it at Everton as well. For a season I'd worn 8.
Yeah, where-
went to
yeah.
Barcelona, went 8. And then the second season there, it was a little bit like Ronaldo, that Bernd Schuster wanted to wear 8. He was at Barcelona. It's really weird because you were only allowed 2 foreign players in your squad, but you could have 2 outside the squad, and you could make a change at some point in the season. And at the end of the season, Mark Hughes was having such a bad time that he was taken out of the squad completely, and they brought in Archibald for the end of that season. Then the next season, they brought Schuster back, who'd been out for a whole season, and Mark Hughes went to Bayern Munich. So Schuster always wore 8 at Barca, and he wanted his shirt. And he came to me, and I went, I don't mind, I'll have 10. Because I'm easy going. It's just, I didn't want 9.
Right.
So that's how I ended up with 10. I was 10, because I was already playing 10 for England. Yeah, so I can't remember why I didn't get the 8 for England, but it was...
Who was number 8 for England then?
Trying to think when I first started. I can't remember. There's
Trevor
probably a
Steven?
reason. No,
Trying to think
I
of
don't
the World
think
Cup
so.
numbers.
No, I can't. I don't think it would have been 86. I've no idea. But I broke in around 84, 85. You don't care with England what number you play.
That's right.
So that's what I was never that.
It
really
can
that
be
fussed, but I didn't want
disrespectful
9.
though, because I've seen people lose their numbers. You know, it's a kit man, so basically the kit man has to sort it out, but it's come from up above.
Yeah.
So they have to deal with all the nonsense, but really.
What was your number?
Number 2, MR2.
Always.
Always.
MR2.
MR2.
See, if you'd have gone to-
Toyota, mate. I'm looking for the deal, but they stopped making the car.
Yeah.
Hasn't
Because of you.
So, yeah.
it hasn't got the same ring as CR7, has it? MR2.
Sounds like a motorway. What's the traffic like this morning on the MR2?
MR2 Toyota. It was fantastic. It was. Yeah, and I think when Macon came, he wanted number 2.
And he took it off you.
Hell no, he didn't take it off. Not a chance.
It's practically the same name.
I know,
Micah,
imagine
Macon.
that. Yeah, no. No one could take my number off me. I found that disrespectful because there's so many different. If it's CR7, we understand.
Did
that.
you ever play in a different number apart from when you were subbing? or
Yeah,
whatever?
number 4
Yeah.
at Aston Villa and I can't remember what number 4 at Fiorentina as well.
When did it change? You know, it used to be always, didn't it? 1 to 11.
yeah.
When did that change?
That would have been.
Has it always been different numbers in your career?
Not in England.
Would it-
youth kit was always 1 to 11.
1 to 11, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know when it changes. But you start with a higher number, don't you? Squad numbers. So all the first team have the 1 to 11.
They did
and
back
then
then.
I started with number 45.
But every game you ever played when I played, it was 1 to 11. So if you got injured, say, if I got injured and I was out and I was number 8, whoever came in and played, there would be number 8.
Oh, there'd be number 8.
There were no names on the shirts back then either. It's that long ago.
In the squad things, wasn't it?
I can't believe I'm having to explain this.
Finances for the names and numbers on the shirts for the clubs.
Yeah.
Was it?
Well, it will be, won't it?
Yeah.
People can go and buy the names.
I think it's like when that England game, you had a £1 million bonus on the back of your shirt.
Still haunts me to this day.
I'm not surprised. Right.
That's going to stick now, by the way, MR2.
MR2.
Right, Alan, you've got Bradford, Liverpool as your number 1. You've got it at number 4, Micah. I mean, that was a game to stay up for Bradford. We put this, didn't we, in Great Escapes? And
they had to get Bradford had to get a result to stay up, and I think Liverpool had to get a result to get into the top 3 to qualify for Europe, because only top 3 qualified then. So they missed out on Europe, and Bradford ended up staying up. So that's why it was dramatic. It was all of those things, and that's why I had it as my number 1.
That should have been higher in mine, to be honest. Actually, looking back at some of the results, that should have been maybe top 3, top 2, maybe.
Do you want to change your mind?
No, I'm sticking to what I am. I'm not messing up anything now.
I think that confused me so much. You can't change numbers.
To win a game to stay up in the league, it's massive, isn't it? And Bradford, Yorkshire. We like Yorkshire clubs doing well, don't we, on Top 10 podcast, don't we? So.
Well, you do.
Man United, Arsenal, you've gone that, and Alan's got that way down his list at 8. I suppose that's probably because they're 2 big clubs, and it's such a surprise because Arsenal are of that stature, but Alan didn't feel that.
The only reason I didn't feel it is because Arsenal had a load of injuries that game, and I think after that game they went and signed maybe 4 or 5 players to cover that. And that was probably the reason why they did it. I know it was a surprise for Man United to go out and score 8 against them and humiliate them like that you did. But in terms of biggest Premier League upsets, it was a surprise scoreline. But it wasn't an upset. Man United beating Arsenal. Yeah,
I think it was more the scoreline. If you concede 8 and you're supposed to be a top club, you can't concede 8. I remember, I think...
It's a mad game, wasn't it?
I can't believe, to be honest, though, the Man City-Man U game, the 6-1, because that was an upset at Old Trafford against Fergie.
That now makes it very clear that we don't
make the list.
The top 10. We just have to shuffle in order what we're given.
That was an upset.
That's a very good point, Micah.
No, yeah, it was, but I'm surprised. I don't know. Not getting much love on here, Man City, are we? So... but I'm surprised that's not on the list, to be honest, guy.
Well, I given the nature of it that you've got difference of opinion. It's down to me, obviously, now to decide.
Go on.
And
we go with you, mate. Again, typical, isn't it?
It just does what's right, Micah. That's all.
No, I'm doing it for a different reason.
Oh, okay.
I think we didn't do Bradford Liverpool justice on the Great Escapes one. Mm-hmm. Because it was the year 2000, it's 20 odd years ago, we couldn't remember that many details of the game. This is our chance to make amends to Bradford fans by making it number 1.
I agree with that.
Yeah, you said yourself you thought they should be higher, and Alan had that one so low that I think we'll go for that. It's not the easiest, it's not been the easiest of topics, but as always, we've gone all over the shop with it. And that's it. There's our list of biggest upsets in Premier League history. As ever, you can let us know your thoughts using the hashtag MOTD Top 10. We'll see you next time.
Made by BBC Sports for BBC Sounds. The Sports Desk.
I'm Sarah Mulcairns.
I'm Dan Rowan.
And I'm Nesta McGregor.
And we present The Sports Desk, the weekly podcast that explores the biggest news stories in sport and the human issues behind them. So far, we have covered the future of sport in Afghanistan and super shoes in athletics.
An Olympics like no other, recorded on location in Tokyo, and COVID vaccine hesitancy among sports stars.
The secrets of the age-defying athlete, Ala Tom Brady and Cristiano Ronaldo. And we did some Simone Biles changed the game on mental health.
That is the Sports Desk on BBC Sounds. Hit subscribe and a new episode will appear every Friday.
The Sports Desk from BBC Sports.
Available now on BBC Sounds.
Now, back to your podcast.